All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Hope y'all are having an awesome start to your Tuesday. LSU Daily is already live, so as soon as we're finished here, if you want to hop on your favorite podcast app, whether iTunes, Spotify, or Guaranteed Podcast Network, you'll see LSU Daily right there. So, we'll say some good mornings. Facebook, like the page, share the post. YouTube, smash that like button. I got it there in the description. 5-star linebacker Harold Perkins from New Orleans. Family relocated to the Houston area, to Cyprus. He has decommitted from Texas A&M. Now, we obviously know this is a massive position of need for LSU. We've talked about it. You got Baskerville back. You got Mike Jones returning as well. You brought in West Weeks from Virginia. You're hoping Greg Penn steps up. But still, you're talking about a guy who's a top 10 overall prospect in the country, 6'3", 210, committed to A&M at the Under Armour All-America game. One of their handful of 5-star commitments. Recently took a visit to Florida, there with Napier, and he's going to visit LSU this weekend. So LSU is going to get the final visit before he commits on a week from Wednesday, 2 weeks from tomorrow, February the 2nd. So, was from New Orleans. His family moved after Katrina to Houston and stayed there. So, this would be massive. Now, Harold Perkins also, let's see. If you saw it on social media, it was floating out there. I guess he'd done a previous visit or whatever, but he's sitting in the LSU locker room with a, let's see. Anyway, he's got Joe Burrow's Heisman and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, it would be massive. That would be a massive pull if they're able to get him. For some perspective, he is a 5-star, and this is in the 247 composite, so this is taking all the rankings and averaging them out. He's a 5-star, the number 4 overall player in the country, number 1 linebacker, number 1 in the state of Texas. Florida, LSU, Texas, Texas A&M, Bama, that's his final list. His rating is 9962. All right, 9962. So if you look at the all-time top players, like Jadeveon Clowney had a perfect score, Kim Dichie, Rashawn Gary, Vince Young, these are the thousands, right? Vince Young, Ernie Sims, Ronald Powell is 999. Let's see. What do we say it was 996? I mean, DJ Williams, Brock Berlin, Daquan Bowers. I mean, you're talking about some rarefied air. Fournette was at .9996. So, I mean, you're talking about with Perkins, what do we say, 9962? I mean, you're talking about one of the highest rated prospects. Let's see. Let's see if we can find him on here. And if I boil it down even to just linebackers, you'll get a much better sense. But well, it's not gonna have him in here because it's guys who already signed. It's previous classes. Anyway, but you're talking about like a top 200 type player in the history of the 247 rankings, like massive prospect. So yes, be major. If it would be a major pull for Brian Kelly, I would absolutely assume there is NIL money at play here. Play the game. All right, let's say some good mornings here. Tim Gotro, Joey Vincent, Trivia Carter, the Ghastly Gamer. Perkins going to Jackson State. Mark my words. If Prime pulls that one off, that would be something to behold. Now, there's no word that he's visiting Jackson State or anything like that, so I don't know that that's actually going to happen, but that would be something. It wouldn't surprise me at this point, right? Josh Higginbotham, Devin Kelly, Brady Smith, Hunter Fournette, what's up? Matt Lusto, just moved to Cyprus. Tell me where to NIL him. Scone, sign me up as a GMEX ambassador. Gamecoin, by the way, this week will have a very, very, very exciting NIL announcement that will make LSU fans very, very happy. I'll put it to you that way. And will very likely get national pub whenever this happens. So I'm excited about it. Brady Smith, if we end up getting Perkins and Matthews on signing day, that would be an epic turnaround. It would, at two positions of need. I've told you all this before. I know Jacoby Matthews wants to go to LSU. I also know that A&M has put a six-figure NIL offer. Well, let me rephrase, not A&M. A&M supporters have committed a six-figure NIL deal to him. I know this for a fact. And he and his family just can't turn down that kind of money. So if LSU can get their ish together and make that dude an offer, I think it'll be a Tiger. Big Chisdom, Will Gilly, Cody Champion. Good morning from Mississippi. Go Tigers and Bengals. More good news every day. Pumped for next season. They're rebuilding this roster, man. That's what people keep asking me. They're like, man, what do you think the record's going to be? I'm like, I don't know who's going to be on the team. Let me wait and see what this final roster looks like. And, now this is crazy. They've got the Baseball Hall of Fame tracker on there, right? And so they're talking about, the last chance for guys like Bonds and Clemens, And they got David Ortiz as first year on the ballot. David Ortiz stuck a needle in his ass, too. David Ortiz got popped for PEDs. Why do we conveniently forget that David Ortiz was a cheater, too? Why do we selectively pick and choose who we criticize for PEDs? I mean, they all cheated. Anyway. Jay Benoit, morning, Matt. Most recent podcast was great. Time for some upgrades to athletics facilities. Thank you, Jay Benoit. Appreciate that. That's a LSU Daily. Please subscribe. iTunes, Spotify. Appreciate it greatly. Eric Wildrider, Payton leaving after signing Taysom to that deal would be the ultimate coach's version of bailing on the Built-A restaurant. Well, Eric, Brandon Williams, what's up? Keep in mind, Eric, this is the thing that you got to remember. Number one, Payton doesn't make all the final decisions on contracts. Mickey Loomis has a big part of that, obviously. That's number one. Number two, Taysom's contract isn't gigantic unless he plays quarterback. And he's not going to play quarterback. I'm good paying Taysom Hill $10 million a year to be in his jackknife role, his Swiss Army knife role. That's cool. I'm good with that. But he's just never going to play quarterback, so he's never going to fully realize that contract. Let's see. Facebook, Kelly Gross, David Coslin, Taylor, Houston Kale, good morning. Josh DeVilliers, Brian Broom. What's up, Steve Colson? Where are the HUDCO roofing dancer tryouts? Getting them ready for baseball season. Maybe dancing on the dugout type thing. We'll see. Steve, I do have coffee. But you know what's better than coffee in the morning? A cold can of Celevate. You all go pick up your Celevate at retailers near you. Not just an energy drink. An energy drink that will energize and fully hydrate you to a cellular level. Check it out. Proud LSU alum-owned company, Celevate. Don't just hydrate. Celevate. Jeff McKiffin, good morning. Jeremy Wheeler, what's up? Do we really want Perkins? Hell yeah. What are you talking about? Might not be what we need, more issues. What are you talking? That is crazy talk. He's a 5-star number 1 linebacker in the country whose family's from New Orleans. Yes, you want the best linebacker in the country on your team. Why in the hell would you not want the best linebacker in the country on your team? Ira Fields, hope all these college kids don't get into tax trouble in the future with NIL deals. That's true. Now, I'll tell you something that's positive, like a company like Matchpoint, for example. Matchpoint, if you do deals through them, does handle all of the tax paperwork for the advertiser and 1099's the kid as well, the student athlete. So there are programs set up to help with things like that. Ron Ritchie, Jeremy Kling, Josh Dwarin, good morning. Travis Webb, Florida fans that I know think they're going to get burned by Perkins for Jackson State on signing day. Interesting. Well, he's going to Florida, and then LSU's got the last visit. So let's see. You know what? I'll put it to you this way. If Perkins does go to Jackson State, awesome. You know where I don't want Perkins going? Texas A&M or Florida or Bama. If it's not LSU, go to Jackson State. Go be irrelevant for however long you want to be there. That's fine. Get your NIL money, go up to the NFL, have an awesome life and a great career. I wish you nothing but the best. Unless if you end up at Texas A&M or Florida. Kenneth Westbrook, Caleb Bernard Snyder, morning, Scone. You got up talking about Payton to the Cowboys. Could happen. Sean Payton's not going to Dallas, man. I would be fall over stunned. It's the one thing that would just stun me. I understand why they talk about it and why Jerry Jones would want it to happen, etc. But Sean Payton is not leaving New Orleans for the Cowboys. He's not leaving New Orleans for another head coaching job. It's not like leaving ULL to be the head coach at Florida. There's only 32 NFL head coaching jobs. You don't see coaches leave one NFL head coaching job for another. When you do see things like John Gruden being traded from the Raiders to Tampa, it's because you don't have alignment, right? Like the coach and the owner or GM don't get along, so you're looking for an out. But Gail Benson gives Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton everything they want and full autonomy to run the whole organization how they want it. I mean, it makes no sense why he would leave the Saints for another head coaching job. Would he leave for a front office job? Would he leave for TV? I would completely believe that for all the reasons we've talked about so many times. But I would be, you never say never, but I would be fall over stunned. I'm telling you right now, I would be fall over stunned if Sean Payton left New Orleans for another head coaching job. Now, would he leave New Orleans, sit out for a couple of years, get back in another place? Sure, that could happen. But leaving New Orleans this year to coach somewhere else next year, I couldn't see it. Brian Wynn, Jason Horn, Kyle DeVille, Glenn Thomasy, Dennis Allen's going to be the next coach. Should Payton leave for TV? That's the most obvious solution, Glenn. Talked about it on AFR yesterday. It's the most obvious solution. You built such a great culture in New Orleans, and if Sean Payton did leave, Dennis Allen elevates you, Pete Carmichael's OC, you keep so much of that structure in place. Henry Burrell, morning, Matt. Love Coach O, but can feel the difference. Go Tigers. It's amazing, right? You don't know what you don't know till you know what you don't know. Corey Gautreaux, I guess it's time to start hearing Sean to the Cowboys again. Kelly Presley, Barry Day, Debbie Jenkins, Robert Martin, Chase Pellegrin, Jason Austin, Robbie White. Morning, Matt. Do you think that the Rams trading first and second rounders for veteran plug-and-plays will be a contagious scheme for other franchises? No, Robbie, because, look, Denver did it. Remember, Denver did it with Peyton Manning. And they brought in DeMarcus Ware. They brought in Aqib Talib. They were all in to win a championship in the immediate short term. And they did. They went to 2 Super Bowls, and they won one of them. So it worked. Now, they've gone through a half decade of quarterback purgatory since. They haven't figured it out. But is it worth it because they got a ring? I think so. So I think it has to be an organization that's in that spot where they have an open window, but the window's closing, and they know they have to capitalize now. It's going where the Saints were, man. It's where the Saints were for the last 5 years. Maury Holiday, Good morning, Matt. Do you think the Saints should go all out for Aaron Rodgers? Yes, absolutely. Because the Saints are that team, right? The Saints are the exact team Robbie just asked about. If you land Aaron Rodgers, you're a Super Bowl contender. We'll see what happens with Armstead, but you feel good about Eric McCoy and Ryan Ramczyk. You get Andrews Pete back healthy. If you re-sign Armstead, your line returns intact. You've got Alvin Kamara. You'll get Michael Thomas back next year. Defensively, you're a top 5 defense in the NFL. I mean, you are Aaron Rodgers away from being a contender. And Green Bay's not great. How many wins does Green Bay have if they don't have Aaron Rodgers? I mean, Devontae Adams is spectacular. Their offensive line isn't great. Their running game isn't great. Their defense isn't great. I mean, they just have the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Throwing to Devontae Adams and Allen Lazard and Valdez Scantling, who are all free agents, by the way. Sam Dixon, always had a feeling that once Breeze decided to call it quits, Payton was going to hang around much longer. Oh, wasn't going to hang around much longer. That's just a guess. Makes sense. I mean, think of it this way. 16 years, man. Coaches in the NFL, they don't have tenures like that. They just don't. I mean, Bill Belichick is the great outlier in this era. Andy Reid had a long run in Philly. You just don't see coaches last that long in one place. Sean Payton is an outlier, So, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Randy Bennett, Caleb Bernard, good morning. Let's see, back over here to YouTube. Smash that like button if you would. 104 watching on YouTube, 30 likes. Let's get that up if we could. Thanks so much. If you're just joining us, the big news, Harold Perkins, 5-star linebacker, decommits from Texas A&M. He will visit LSU this weekend, so LSU will have him up for an official visit. They'll get the final impression. You will not have your defensive coordinator on campus, obviously, with Matt House, still with the Kansas City Chiefs, but rest of the staff is in place, and House is also actually the linebackers coach, so that's maybe a slight disadvantage if you want to look at it that way. But boy, you just know that if LSU is able to cobble together the right NIL offer to get Perkins to come back to Louisiana, and you get the last visit, and not just the fact that he's taking a visit, but that he's already decommitted from A&M tells you there's some movement there. And he just committed at the Under Armour game January 2. So, I mean, that was 3 weeks ago. I mean, today's the 25th, right? I mean, it was 3 weeks ago. Brandon, what's up? Congrats on over 1,400 shows. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. But I'll say it again. The only reason I'm here is because y'all are. If y'all didn't keep showing up every single day, I wouldn't still be doing Morning Scone. But 1,403 episodes because y'all keep coming back. So as long as y'all keep coming back, I'll keep hanging out with you, and I appreciate it greatly. So smash the like button, like and share on Facebook. We appreciate it. And, of course, shout out to Brock. Because without Brock, they've sponsored this show for a long time. And I'm very grateful. BROrtho.com. Let's see, a couple more minutes. Wrap-in batches. Ryan Pike. If the Bengals get to the Super Bowl, I'll denounce my support for the Cowboys and be a Bengals fan from here on out. Trey Guy, good morning. Shane O'Mac. Let's see. David, Sports Report. What's up? Matthew Vincent. Do you think losing Blake Baker could hurt our chances to get Harold Perkins? I do not. I mean, clearly he's decommitted from A&M. He's open, and he's taking a visit to LSU. So, no, I don't. Randall Offrecht. Good morning, Matt. Hope you have a Fazan segment next football season. Yeah, Randall, I got your text, and I do appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I can make that happen. Sean's been great to us over the years. So Sean Fazan from Fox 8 New Orleans came on AFR yesterday. And Sean travels with the team. So, he covers the team for Fox 8. So whenever they go on the road, he goes on the road too. So I've always, maybe we can do something like that, like a Thursday or Friday segment with Sean. I would love to do that. That's a good idea. I'll touch base with him and see if we can do that next year. Let's see. Keith H., good morning. LSU Daily is great. Thank you so much. Ryan Pike, difficult to do. Sorry. When can we have another episode of ASCII Rock? Usually, Brandon, those come up on the weekends when Erica wakes up while I'm still doing the show. Gregory Carter, if Sean Payton leaves, do you think it'll be a total rebuild or new coach keep the team together? Yeah, I mean, think of all the guys that you have under contract already, Gregory. I mean, you've already extended Kamara, Michael Thomas, Marshawn Lattimore, Ryan Ramczyk. You got a decision to make on Marcus Williams this year. You know what I mean? Then think about the guys on rookie deals. You got to make a decision on Davenport. We didn't even get to see Payton Turner this year. So, McCoy's still on a rookie deal. I guess my point is you have the nucleus of this team under contract. So it's not a rebuild. I mean, it's not like a half dozen of your top free agents are walking. You got them under contract. Mr. Jones, good morning. Let's see, Wendell Norman, Matt Lusto. How about a tax attorney or CPA offering NIL deal? Seems like a no-brainer. SPC 1689. Anything to believe that Wade has mismanaged the basketball roster? No. I mean, there's still 10 in the net. He had the unfortunate occurrence of having the guy who was going to lead the team in scoring tear his ACL, and then his point guard sprained his knee. He's been out for 4 games. Like, how can you say they mismanaged the roster? I mean, they're ranked and their net is in the top 10. Hunter Fournette said it once. I'll say it again. Go fly kite, Jimbo, you and your punk nephew. Joey B has out to send LSU their DC come Tuesday. I don't think that's going to happen, Lamar. Trust me, I'm pulling for Joey B. I think Cincy at home is going to win it. Or, excuse me, KC at home is going to win it. But it would not upset me at all to see Cincinnati win it. Andrew Elliott, nice video with the British guy. With the British guy. So I did an interview last week on a guy's name is Alex Joyce, I believe. He lives in London, or not in London. It's somewhere. He's not in London. He's somewhere in Britain. But I forgot. He told me where. But anyway, he's an LSU fan who lives in Great Britain, and he emailed me and asked if he could interview me. I was like, sure, for his YouTube channel. And so it was like an hour and 20 minutes. It was a long time. But yeah, I don't know if he's posted. I guess he's posted it. So, but yeah, y'all check it out. I'm sure he'll tag me, and then I'll share it out there. Carl Alexander, Morning Brother, best show on YouTube. Thank you, Carl. Very kind of you. Brandon, is Hudco and Gamecoin going to make NIL offers to Perkins? Wow, with the Hudco hustle. So, Gamecoin most certainly will, and I am very, very, very excited to tell y'all that Hudco has an NIL. We have some NIL news we're going to announce very likely Friday on AFR with Terrio. Very likely. And I'm very, very excited about this. And I think you all will be too. Oh, it is 7:53. I got to go. All right, 2 more. Travis Broussard. Yeah, I agree. Basketball's about to rip 6 or 7 in a row. LSU's going to be favored in their next 7 conference games. Get Xavier Pinson back. Route the bad teams in your league. String together a bunch of wins. Get healthy. Be playing your best for March. And that's what this team will do. Shane O'Mac, if Payton stays, then the Saints are even more all in, especially for big-name quarterback. Yeah. If Payton's gone, though, don't expect to get Rodgers or Wilson. It's just not as appealing anymore. Tony Williams, hey, Dad. Bernard Snyder, what's up? Chase Pellegrin, could you see the Saints' future quarterback decision being a swaying decision for Payton to stay or go? I think it's the opposite, Chase. I think if Payton stays or goes, that determines whether or not the Saints are able to get one of these free agent quarterbacks. Let's see. Any more? All right, I gotta go. All right, y'all have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on Facebook, please like the page, share the post. YouTube, smash that like button. We appreciate y'all as always. If you haven't done so yet, LSU Daily is live. Subscribe up, iTunes, Spotify. I like to say it's AFR condensed into about 20 minutes. So it's just the LSU content from AFR condensed into about 20 minutes. So maybe sometimes 30. But check it out, LSU Daily, and subscribe, rate us, leave a review, all that stuff. We appreciate it. Okay, y'all have an awesome day. Peace.